So I'm going to do a series of drinks of the week based on the Bartesian, and what I'm going to do is make a homemade version of the Bartesian, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the Bartesian and compare the differences. The first drink I'm going to do is one of the earliest drinks that was made, and it's called the Old Fashioned. It's gone through several different variations on it, but simply enough, I have one of the recipes here and we're going to use it. I need a glass, I need a jigger, I got my aromatic bitters, I got my simple syrup, I have some bourbon, I have some ice tongs and some ice. But essentially, and doing this and trying to keep tension to the camera, we're going to do this quickly. We're going to add 3 dashes of bitters for an old fashioned. 1, 2, 3. And a little extra because I spilled some, because that's what I do. And this is the best place in my kitchen that I can possibly do all this, so we're doing it here. We're then going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of simple syrup. I did some math, and that's about what the equivalent of the sugar that was involved in. So there's some simple syrup in there. Close this up in case I knock it over. And we're going to put 2 ounces of bourbon in here. We're not going to do the 2.5. The one says 2 and the other one says 2.5. We're going to do just that. And so here's the bourbon. Yes, I do shake a little bit. It is the nature of it. All right. Got that. We're going to put some ice in here. And would you believe that I got everything all set and then completely forgot. And you're supposed to use a big chunk of ice, but I don't have big chunks. I forgot my spoon, so you know, you prepare, and you still are not ready to go. So there is that. We'll mix it up to allow it to get a little bit cold. And that is how you make an old fashioned, basically following some recipes. Okay, and then I'm going to make the one out of the Bartesian. All right, this is my Bartesian setup. I have the same whiskey in here, and that's what it's going to be picking out. Back, by the way, back here is tequila. The front is vodka, and the back is rum or gin, depending on how you're doing it. But I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put in my old-fashioned pod, and all the ingredients are in there. I'm going to close it, make sure it's secured. All right, so the pod's in there, and then it pops up next. I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and it's hard to do when I'm holding the phone. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it on regular strength, which will then pull out the normal amount, which I believe is 2 ounces of whiskey, which is the same as I did on that one. That's one reason I did that. Hit mix. It runs it through. Runs water through it. Cleans out the system in the last little bit. There's a progress bar there. I've got a old-fashioned Bartesian version. Cheers. Open the lid and remove the capsule. What does that say? Okay. Take the capsule out. Don't let it sit in there. Put that in there. Chill it down a little bit. I'm going to pour the whole thing in. Ice and everything. I added some lemon or some orange slices. Here's the original. Here's the Bartesian. You can see there's a little bit of difference in here. But the alcohol should be the same amount. And I did use the 2 ounces here, and I poured a little bit more in. I suspect there's more water in this one. So let's go ahead and try it. Well, I can taste the bourbon, now, of course. I can taste a little bit of the bitters. The bitters are orange-based bitters and the orange peel too. That's a good drink. Now let's try this one from the Bartesian. They're different. This is a little bit less strong. I suspect there's more water, but for me, this one tastes good and this one tastes good. This is a little sweeter, I think, than this one. This one has a little bit more orange flavor to it. You know, they're both good in different ways. I actually will give them both thumbs up. This is quick and fast. It takes about 18 seconds of dispensing and about a minute to completely make from beginning to end and stirring. This one takes about 4 minutes. So there you go. 4-minute version and a 1-minute version on a very relatively simple drink. So I'd say both of them are good. They're a little bit different. So I think it's going to be up to the opinion of each person. Myself, I could drink either one. If you like whiskey, I think you'll like this one. If you're not as much of a fan of whiskey but like some drinks, then this one may be more subtle. It's a little bit less intrusive on the bourbon. Bourbon forward, bourbon Egan's in the back. I don't know how you say that. Anyway, that's it. That's my review of this drink of the week, an old fashioned. One of the earliest drinks that was made. And that's it. Enjoy. Hit subscribe. Hit like. If you don't like it, hit dislike, please. Dislike it.